Hello, call me Rusty. I'm from South Africa. Um, I've had about 1,500 dreams so far that have come true in the way as shown. Some of these line up with what you have seen, and I want to share that with you. About 14 years ago, I had a dream of America splitting in two, up from Chicago down to New Orleans. Um, at the time, I wasn't aware of the New Madrid fault line in the country. A scientist friend in America told me that it's a physical thing that I saw. I said no. I perceived it as a political change that's coming in America, which I think did come under President Obama. And that was America became divided, and the rift was caused there under his tenure, and I don't think it will ever be healed again. Okay, let me explain the dream. I saw two plates. If I say two plates, it's like two pieces of the North American map. The one part going west, other part going east, along the line that I said from Chicago to New Orleans. And this happened because of terrible seismic activity. And when the two parts drifted apart, leaving maybe 100 or 200 miles between the two plates, there was just yellow and red molten rock below. It's magma. And then the two sides moved towards each other again, and they collided and formed a rift, a huge mountain range all along the line of that crack in the country of USA. And then when it subsided again, it formed a second mountain range with a channel in between, which could not be breached by nothing, because there were holes in the soil that exposed poison gases that came from within the earth. These poisonous gases escaped, so it means that no construction workers could work to build bridges, and there was still puddles of exposed magma that was red. It looked like volcanoes that were resting down below, and the division of America was permanent. This is why I say I perceived it in my dream as a political or a social or a cultural change. I didn't perceive it as physical. Then the second thing that I saw is in a different dream, but more or less in the same time, still about 14 years ago. I'd say about 2009, maybe 2010. It was just before the FIFA Football World Cup that was held here in South Africa at the time. It was just before that, in the final preparation stages of that I had these dreams. Okay, so in the second dream, what I saw is the entire USA more or less plowed under, with just soil that was exposed. No buildings, no cities, no infrastructure, nothing. Just raw soil. It looked like farmland that was plowed under, but in a very rough way. And everywhere there were pieces of building rubble sticking out of the ground, which upon closer inspection, I saw that it was actually the foundations of buildings that were upturned. And what amazed me was that there was smoke coming from the ground itself. And then I saw that the ground was the thing that smoked. It was smoldering, the ground itself. So there must have been some sort of activity, either something from outer space, or maybe a weapon of mass destruction, or something seismic that caused this destruction of America. In my dream, what I saw was that there was a tiny remnant of people. There were groups of people standing around. 3 people here and 5 there and 2 there and 7 there and no more than 20 at the time. And then I went round to them, and then we made a circle and bounded the Satan, and then I loaded them on a jet plane and I flew them to South Africa. Which, if you read Isaiah 18, look at the prophecy in Isaiah 18. What I saw there adds up with Isaiah 18, but I think that some of the things that I saw adds up with the dream that you read on Great Miracles Avenue. I'm watching here a video that says UK will be hit, the sun will disappear during this time. You mentioned the east coast of America. Now this coincides with that. I can tell you that. So it's 2 of us who had the same kind of thing. Just as my America will split dream came to people like David Wilkerson maybe 50 years ago. More than 30 people saw this in visions and dreams. So I'm not the only one. But as far as I know, I'm the only non-American to see it. I'm the only person from Africa who experienced it. And I can only wonder what the significance of that is. But I think we are going to see terrible things in times to come. The Lord showed me things about South Africa and other parts of Africa. And all I can say is people should stop their witchcraft. They should stop their bickering and fighting. And they should stop their evil love of the Antichrist. And in Africa, it is quite wonderful for people who on Sundays don choir robes and they sing loudly to raise the dead, and on Monday they go and serve the Antichrist. I think you understand what I'm talking about. In my country, it is a big problem at this point in time. We need to return to Jesus Christ, and not with these fake charismatic revivals, with true revivals, true repentant revivals. I cannot emphasize that enough. It has to be repentant revivals. It doesn't help to get together a band of musicians and start making a terrible lot of noise and clap hands and shout to high heavens. That is not revival. Revival is where there's deep repentance. Ask the people who, no, you can't ask them because it's too long ago, but go and research the 1860 Andrew Murray revival in Worcester in South Africa. It is so much different from the Asbury revival. And from all these countless charismatic revival services that I've gone to, that not even one of them was a revival service. The people don't know what revival is. Revival is something deeply spiritual, but it starts with repentance, and without repentance, there's no revival.